getting everything set up, and I'm just gonna get recording done, because if I don't just do it, I'm not gonna end up doing it today. And today I only have one client, not working at my part-time job, so I need to take advantage of today. So I need to get 2 episodes recorded. I want to get 2 recorded. I don't know why, but for some reason it is very helpful for me to just be at my desk instead of like getting set up on the floor. Like mentally, it's easier for me to just do that, sit down and record. I don't know why. Forgot what episode I'm recording. Let's see, I think I have 3 I want to record. If you haven't watched the other ones, go check them out. Oh yes. Check, check, testing, testing. Check, check, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay. Smells like laundry. Oh my God, you dumbass. Why do I need the headphones? I don't know. Why do I wear these? They were just unplugged. And it didn't affect the recording at all. But I've done all of them this way, so I'm gonna keep wearing them. I don't know. I just realized that. I have no idea why I wear headphones while recording. Who freaking knows? I wrote down a bunch of bullet points, so I don't know how long this is gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty short. And yeah, I think it's gonna be impactful though. All right, let's do this. Welcome back everybody to a new episode of Create Your Own Truth. I think this might be a shorter episode. I got the idea for this episode when I was driving. And once I got safely to a stoplight that I knew was a long stoplight, I turned on the video setting on my phone and just started speaking. So I would have like an audio recording of basically the outline of this episode. I think it might be pretty short, but I think it's very impactful. I know it's very impactful because a lot of us limit ourselves to certain labels, and we take on certain labels in life, and it truly can be very limiting. It can prevent us from trying new things that we desire to do. It can prevent us from even thinking that we're capable of those things, especially if it's contradictory of the label that we own or the label that we feel we've been given in society or in life. So that's basically what we're going to talk about today, is that we can be many things. We do not have to limit ourselves to one label or one thing in life. So if you feel like you are, like your label is mom or wife or husband or dad or teacher or salesman or whatever like your career may be, if you feel limited to that, you don't need to fully take on that label, or even like a certain trait. If you just feel like you are that one trait, you don't need to just limit yourself to that trait or to that label. You can be many things. Humans are very complex creatures, and that means we are multifaceted. And I don't know where this kind of came from, that we adopted certain labels and we feel like we are stuck with that one label in life. And if anything goes against that label and what that label contains, or any features that go along with that, if it contradicts that, then we cannot be that other thing. And I'm here to tell you that is false. Because I want you to remember everything in life is made up. And that is a beautiful thing, and that's a really effed up thing. Because that means we take on one thing sometimes and we adopt it because society tells us to, and it doesn't have to be that way. But that also means we can create whatever we want because life is freaking made up. Everything around you right now is made up, except for like nature. Everything, like everything I'm doing right now, like this microphone, this computer, even recording a podcast, everything is made up. So you can rewrite your life. You can claim multiple things as yourself. You can claim multiple labels. You don't even have to label yourself anything. So in order to live the lives we desire as the people that we desire to be, we have to work to dismantle this notion that we can only be one thing. And if it doesn't go in perfect alignment with that one thing, then we shouldn't be doing it. We need to dismantle that. And even if like you are like, let's say me, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a nutrition coach. Does that mean I can't be like a foodie and go out and eat, my favorite delicious foods? Or if I wanted to start like a food YouTube channel where I go try my favorite foods out there, does that mean I can't be those things if it's considered unhealthy? Or I can't go out with friends and indulge because it's considered unhealthy? Like, no, you can be multiple things. You can be multifaceted. And I know a lot of people get lost in like a label that they take on, whether they've taken it on because they feel like it kind of describes the majority of their life, like a big part of their life, or it's something from society that they've adopted that they feel like they should do, they should take on, they should be labeled as that. What was I saying? Oh, geez, what was I saying? What was I saying? Coffee break. Damn it, I think it was good. So even if you feel like a certain label describes a big part of your life, or whether you've taken it on yourself or society has kind of labeled you as that thing and you've just accepted that, because truly, again, everything is a choice. So you have to be willing to accept that label. It doesn't mean you are just that one thing. And I think a lot of people get lost in that one label and they feel like it really truly limits them. They're not living the lives that they truly want to be because they feel held back, because they feel like this thing is like hanging over their head, and all of their actions, all of their behaviors and thoughts have to align with that one thing that they've taken on. And it doesn't, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. So just remember that the sky is the limit. And even if up until this point you have always adopted this one thing as who you are, you can change your mind right now. That is the beauty of having control and ownership and accountability over your own life, is that you can change anything about your life that you do not like right now. So you don't need to be limited, or you don't need to limit yourself to this one label, to this one facet of your life. And yes, it may be a big part of your life, but if you feel like you are drowning in that one thing, even if you love it, if you feel like you're losing yourself, you can rewire that and make sure that you are prioritizing what you actually want and trying something new, going down a new path in life. It doesn't mean you need to give up that other thing, especially if that one thing is important to you, but it doesn't have to like describe all of you. It doesn't have to be all of you. You can be many, many, many things. So just want to remind you of that. And especially if you find yourself talking only about that one thing, like try exploring new new avenues where, when someone asks what you do or what you like to do, try something else that you normally wouldn't say, as long as it's truthful. But if you always go to that one thing and it doesn't really bring much joy to describe yourself like that, try a different avenue, try a different thing. Even if someone says, what do you like to do? And you just say, I like to spend time out in nature, or I like to go to the movies. It doesn't have to be some like amazing, huge, revolutionary thing. Or if someone asks what you do, you don't have to tell them what your job is. You can do many things in life, and you can tell them one of the many things that you like to do. It doesn't have to be like you're describing yourself in one word or with one thing or one factor. So just keep that in mind. Like, maybe challenge yourself the next time someone asks what you do for a living, or, what you like to do in life, or tell me something about you. Maybe try something different that's a little more unconventional, that is something that you desire, and you can put it out there and claim it. So just a little thought. But kind of going along with that, we can be many things, and you can decide that you are something. You don't need permission from anyone or society or whatever to tell you that you are what you want to be, or you are what you are. So if you, let's say, want to be a reader, you want to read more books, but you haven't picked up a book since high school, and you feel weird claiming that you are a reader because you're just picking up your first book in 15 years, guess what? You are a reader. You don't need someone else to tell you that you are a reader for you to acknowledge that and accept that as part of who you are. You don't need someone else saying, well, you haven't read, since high school, so you're not really a reader. Who cares? Like, you can decide who you are in your life. You don't need to compare yourself to someone else to decide that you are in fact that thing, if that makes sense. Or if you want to be a runner, like, you can be a runner even if you've never ran a mile in your life. Like, you can decide that you're a runner without even running. You can go out and take a walk and start with that. You can work your way up to a jog and then work your way up to a certain distance with running. And hey, you're a runner. If you just decide and make that mental shift in your mind and you decide to claim it for yourself, then you are in fact that thing. And you almost have to make that shift if you are going to actually accomplish those things that you set out to accomplish, that you truly desire to accomplish in your life. You have to believe that you are that thing and that you are capable of that before even starting. Because with the running example, if you don't believe that you are a runner, even if you haven't run a mile in years and years or ever, if you don't believe that you're a runner and that you're capable of it, even if it's down the road and you have to walk for literally 2 months before taking your first jog, you have to believe that you are a runner. You have to believe that you are capable of running. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. You have to make that mental shift, and it makes all the difference. You have to visualize it. You have to believe it, and then it will happen. Even if you're trying to start your own business and it's very new to you and you don't even know what step you're going to take next, but you want to be your own boss. You want to be the CEO of your own company, and all you have is the business name. You don't even know how to start a business. You don't know what your next step is. You are already a CEO because you decided it. So it's just making that shift. It can make a huge difference in actually getting going on your goals and your desires and taking that messy action forward. Everything we do is so mental. If our mindset isn't right, it's not happening. And along with that mental shift and believing that you are something. I am a runner. I am capable of running. I run. Like whatever affirmation you need to put out there, whatever thoughts you need to think to yourself in the present moment that make you believe that you are that thing, that is a huge shift as well. So those affirmations in the present, not I will run, I am a runner, I am capable of running, I run. Those words help you believe it to be true now instead of some far off distant goal or achievement that even if you're like, you know what, I will get to it someday, I will be capable of that. No, you're capable now. It is happening now. And that's something that I work on a lot with my own coach who, just making those little shifts, even if I think I have made some sort of mental shift, she'll correct it a little bit and it makes a big difference. Like the other day, we were working on something we were claiming things for the upcoming tourist season. And I claimed that I will be more outgoing. So I said, I will. No. I said, I am more outgoing. And she removed the word more. I am outgoing. And I had already, instead of saying I will be more outgoing, I said I am more outgoing. But just taking out that word more, no, I am claiming that I am outgoing. So that little shift that we can make in our words, our thoughts, our mindsets, those affect our actions and behaviors in a huge way. So just be aware of what your thoughts are actually saying. And it's okay to correct yourself in that moment. So if you catch yourself saying, I will blank, whatever your goal is, I will this. No, switch it so that it is I am. I am a reader, not I will read more. I am a reader now. I read a lot. Whatever your affirmation needs to be, whatever your current goal is, make sure it's in the present because that will allow you to embody that trait now instead of something into the distance. So I think I'm going to leave it at that and just remind you that you can be anything you want, claim whatever you want to be, and you can be many things. They can be contradicting things. You don't have to fit within this tiny little bubble, this perfect little square of what a human should be. No, you can be messy. You can be multiple things. You can be eccentric. Humans are complex. That is what is so beautiful about everyone being so unique. And we need to do this. We need to claim these things that we desire. We need to be multiple things to be truly authentic, which will bring out more beauty in all of us because there is such beauty in being unique. We don't want to all fit into this one little mold of what we're supposed to be, what society tells us we're supposed to be, what parental figures, teacher figures, whatever. We shouldn't have to fit within this mold of what others think we should be. So embrace all the things that you desire to be in your life. Take that little step towards them and embody them now. And you'll be living more authentically and you'll be living more joyfully and your life will be more fulfilling because you're showing up as who you want to be. Even if it's 100 different things, 100 different traits, 100 different passions, 100 different labels, or ditch the labels altogether. You don't have to label yourself as anything in life. So I know this was super helpful because this is just something that I have struggled with as well. Like fitting into that tiny little neat little square, that little mold of what I'm supposed to be. And once you break out of that, it is so, so freeing. So I encourage you to do the same. We'll do it together and let's create our own truth. Quick and easy. All right, one down. Let's see if we can get another one in. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.